Hello friends, Christian here with BrickLifeCrisis. This channel is recommended for adult fans of LEGO and teen fans of LEGO. If you are younger than the age of 13, you're welcome to watch, but first, get your parents' permission. Hello friends, Christian here with BrickLifeCrisis again. Today we're taking a look at another LEGO Harry Potter set. This is set number 75946, the Hungarian Horntail Triwizard Challenge. This set consists of 265 pieces and includes 4 minifigures. It's recommended for ages 8 and up, and it retails for $30 here in the US. I picked this up at Target on a price match with GameStop for $8.97. Let's go ahead and crack it open, build it up, and see what we think. So this is just a quick look at the back of the box, gives you a little bit better idea of what's inside. But I wanted to point out that this box has the thumb tabs, and I'm curious if any of you have any theories as to why some LEGO sets have these thumb tabs and others have the tape that you cut. I prefer the tape. I'm not a big saver of the boxes necessarily, but I just think it's cleaner to be able to just cut the tape and open it. It's a little bit easier, I think. So what are your opinions on that? Do you like the thumb tabs or do you prefer the tape? Here are the spare parts that came with the set, including one each of 4 different color wands. And you can see the spent sticker sheet. There were 4 stickers in this set. We have a kind of a diamond jewel piece, a flame piece, and a few others. And this is it, set 75946, the Hungarian Horntail Triwizard Challenge. As you can see, we have 4 minifigures, the Hungarian Horntail Dragon, and a little tent build on the side. Let's go ahead and take a look at each component one by one. And the first figure we'll look at will be Harry Potter, of course. As you can see, he has his fancy broom here, nicely built up. The figure itself is pretty good. I like the kind of, I guess, sporting jersey that he's got on. He's got his name printed on the back, which is also very nice. Same face that we've seen before, a little bit longer hair maybe. As you can see, he does include an alternate face, but that alternate is very subtle. But nice to have, I suppose. Next up, we have Fleur de la Cour. As you can see, she has a nice print on the torso and a nice face print. She has a light tan wand and a blonde ponytail. She has a very nice print on the back of the torso with, I guess, the Beaubaton logo. And she does have an alternate face where she's looking a little bit frightened. And next up we have Cedric Diggory. He looks really nice in his robes there, and those robes continue around the back. You can kind of see that his name Diggory is a little bit obscured by the hood hanging down behind him. He has a kind of a light brown wand and gray gloves. If we take off the hair, you can see that he does have an alternate face where he's looking a bit perturbed. And the last figure we're looking at today is Viktor Krum. As you can see, he has a nice torso print and a good facial print as well. He has the kind of orangish brown wand, which is very nice. And you can see the back print there with the hood hanging down. We remove the hair, you can see that he also has an alternate face where he's looking very happy, or somewhat happy anyway. And this is the Hungarian Horntail. As a LEGO piece, I think this is fairly well done. There are, spikes and horns all over the place. The wings are really quite nice. They are somewhat transparent. If we put our hands behind it, you can kind of see through at the edges, very much like the Fantastic Beasts Grindelwald's Escape set with the Thestrals. I think the wings are nicely done. We have some alternating spikes back here. This little detail is a sticker, incidentally. The tail is articulated nicely. You can rearrange that. I like the arrangement back here with the spikes and the horn. These are all somewhat rubbery pieces so that they're not going to snap or hurt you too badly if you poke yourself with them. The legs are articulated at the hip and at the toes so that you can clasp these claws. So they are on a ratchet for rotation, and they can splay in and out. The neck has some articulation as well. The jaw has some articulation. The fire piece, the way they have this inserted in there, was kind of a surprise. If I pull this off, you can see it's on one of those clip bar pieces, but they took one of the old nozzle pieces or agent pistol pieces in gray and shoved it in his mouth so that there's something to clip that onto. If you leave that out, then you can close the mouth, but with that thing in there, you cannot close the mouth completely. So that's about as close as you can get it if you fold it down. But if you take that pistol piece out, then you can get in there and close the mouth all the way. The facial print on this guy is really pretty good. The eyes, and they're not eyebrows, I guess, but the lighter colored scales. The lip print is really nice. And I like what they've done back here with the horns around the back and sides of the head. Nicely done. As I say, as a Lego piece, I think this is really pretty good. I'm generally not a fan of brick-built animals, but this one looks fairly good. However, when compared with the Mega Construx dragon from the Game of Thrones series, this thing falls a bit short, I think. I know it's not really fair to compare two different brands, but since they are both brick-built things, I figure it's worth mentioning anyway, that I think that the dragon from Game of Thrones is quite a bit more detailed than this. Of course, it would also make this set far more expensive if they did something quite that elaborate and that large, but just for comparison's sake. There's also this little bit of terrain here with some flame elements and the golden egg. That's built up nicely, and there's a chain that attaches to the dragon's neck. Not nearly long enough to be movie accurate, but it's a nice representation. So that's pretty cool. That is the Hungarian Horntail. And finally, we have that tent that they're all gathered in as they await their turn. It's pretty bland from the outside. I mean, it is just a canvas tent, so I don't expect too much, but they did give us a little bit of terrain on either side, some rocks and grass and a little bit of leaves and stuff. But this really comes alive a little bit when you open it up. And over here we have a cot and a table with a couple of goblets, and there is a small chest of drawers over here. If we get a closer look inside, we can see that we have Hogwarts school emblem up there. There's some kind of potion or something on top of that. In addition, on this side, we have the Durmstrang and Beauxbaton banners hanging. It's nicely done. I like the overall detail of it. I just wish it was a bit larger. When it's closed up, you really can't fit more than maybe 1 or 2 figures in there. And at one point in the movie, there were 6 or 8 characters in there between the 4 contestants, Hermione, the judges, and this clearly is nowhere near large enough to do that. So I think this thing should be 4 or 5 times the size that it is to be accurate. I understand why they didn't, for the sake of cost and ease of build and all that kind of stuff, but it's really a little bit lacking in size. The detail, once it's open, is not bad. Closed, it's just a bit boring. I do like what they did with the front here, though, to kind of make it look like the flaps at the front are pulled to the side. That was nicely done. But again, it's just a bit small, I think. So this set retails for $30 here in the US. You can sometimes find it on sale for $24, something like that, about 20% off. I was lucky enough to pick it up at 70% off thanks to a GameStop price match at Target. I paid $8.97 for this set. Overall, I think this set was definitely worth the $9 I paid. I don't know that it's worth the $30 retail price. As I say, I wish that tent was a bit bigger. The figures are pretty good. The dragon is fair. Pretty good, really, for Lego, but compared to what Mega Construx has done, I don't think it has quite the same amount of realism. It's cool to get the golden egg, and the other figures are all pretty nice. Overall, I think this is pretty good, just not quite worth the $30 retail price. If you can get it for $9, do it. Otherwise, it's kind of up to you how much it's worth. Anyway, this has been Christian with BrickLifeCrisis. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave us a like. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.